Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham. Alongside Randy Lee, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything that's going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Not a good result last night as Auburn travels to Norman, Oklahoma. The Tigers fall 91-79. Very disappointing considering that Oklahoma came into the game 3-11 in the Southeastern Conference. Now, Jim and I talked about it yesterday. You look at their numbers and they're not that bad. You wonder how in the world they are 3-11 because they had 10 deep that they played. They had size, they have athleticism, but they came up short. It seemed like, in a lot of games they were, razor close. They were, the margin of winning and losing was razor thin, and they just happened to be on the backside of it. But they played extremely well in this game, shot the lights out, had 13 threes. Put up 91 points, and Auburn's effort just after a huge win over Kentucky, it seemed like, that was going to kind of push them over the edge. It just didn't play well at all last night.
No, they didn't. Especially defensively last night was a major flaw. And it would be one thing if a team shoots 68% from three, knocks down 13 three-pointers, and that be a one-off, but it's becoming not a one-off. Now, not too often anyone's going to shoot 68%, but teams getting well over 10 made threes a game against Auburn is the norm. And teams getting a player to go off like we saw last night consistently is becoming the norm. Why is that? Well, we can point to a lot of different things, but I'll start with one. We don't have a true enforcer on the perimeter defensively like we had with Denver Jones for so long. Mm-hmm. And when you had someone that was physical enough at 6'4", 6'5", had the bulk and the physicality and the want to defend the perimeter, KD, before him or with him at times, made it a little bit easier for you to go into games and say, I don't know, they may get him from somewhere else, but we're going to lock him down.
Yeah.
We don't have that. I thought KO was going to be that, but man, we're getting so much more out of him than I think we expected, especially on the offensive end, Andy. So there's not a good answer for it. Brett and I did a podcast following the game last night. You can look at the assist-to-turnover ratio for Auburn. It's not good again last night. We had 14 turnovers, just 11 assists. Why is that? Well, we got a point guard that's got a two-guard mentality out there too. And he didn't get two-guard production last night, nor point guard production.
No.
And he's had a stretch where he's played very good basketball in Todd Pettiford, especially from the offensive end. But for whatever reason, at times we've had much of a roller coaster ride with him. And this team is not deep enough for the two key guys to not go out there and almost get 20 a night and us win.
You look down at 47% field goal percentage. We shot 42%. 8 threes, which is about our normal. We didn't take as many as we normally take. At the line, 21 out of 27, 77%. Normally, these numbers, you'd think those are the kind of ones that we'd like to have offensively. We out-rebounded them. It just – that 14 turnovers, and they had 16 points off our turnovers. They capitalized on everything that we did wrong in the game. You know, I don't know what else to say. It just this team is not built to be. We got 7 guys, whereas we normally have 10 coming off the bench. So the second halves are we got guys playing. I mean, Overton never came off the floor. Played 40 minutes. You can't. That's a lot of ask for that guy.
32 for Hall, 29 for Pettiford, 29 for Freeman. You get a little bit of a mix and mingle in there with 2 subs, but that's about it. And then from an offensive production standpoint, you're just not getting much night in and night out from those 2 subs that are coming in. You know, it's very simple. If Auburn wants to keep the streak alive and making the NCAA tournament, they've got to win the 2 games at home, and they're very winnable games at home against 2 teams. If you had to handpick some teams to come into Auburn Arena and you have to beat to make it into the NCAA tournament, it'd be 2 of the 4 that you would pick in this conference to come in and play. So still everything's in front of Auburn.
Yeah.
Can Auburn go to Tuscaloosa and win? We have before. I got my doubts with this year's squad, but I think if we get to 8 wins, if we're 8-10, got the strongest strength of schedule in the country, got some key Tier 1 wins that I think when you look down, especially if Auburn goes into the SEC tournament and picks up a win there, then what more could you ask for here in this opening year? I mean, we would all like to continue the stretch that we've had for the last 3 or 4 years, but it's unreasonable and it's unfortunate, and we've got some pieces that seem to be not buying into culture. But my gosh, when you only got 6 months to build them, what culture?
Yeah.
Like really, I mean, what culture are we talking about? I hear Auburn fans, they'll call me, man, this, what do you expect? These guys are barely on campus before you're out there, and you expect them to bleed orange and blue like the rest of us Auburn fans have our entire life. That's almost a joke, Andy. I mean, the guys just showed up within a few months. And so does a great coach, does he have the ability to pull this off? Maybe, but I think Bruce Pearl did what you got to do moving forward last year. Get a good solid squad, not all 4 and 5 stars, but a solid squad where 7 of them are there 2+ years. They learn how to play together. Got a little bit of a chip on the shoulder, and you got a solid piece on the inside that can do what you saw last year and
can
try
you
to build
do
it that way.
Can you bring guys in where like we've seen that the Auburn basketball program doesn't have the money that the Auburn football program has, certainly, or I don't know if they can compete with a lot of the SEC basketball programs. Can you recruit guys in if you don't have the money to – I mean, can you get 4 guys that from high school ranks or, to actually develop them in this day and age? Is that even possible?
Yes. I think if we would have gotten a KO type of player 2 years ago, he would stay at Auburn. He fits Auburn's culture. I mean, he's having a lot of success. He's clearly getting developed. We're great at developing players. Our Bowman and this staff didn't forget how to develop players.
Oh, yeah.
But you've got to have the right fit. And right now, Keyshawn Hall, being the great scorer he is, the body language is not great from time to time. I think anybody would agree with that. Thank the Lord we got him. Oh, we might not have won but 1 or 2 games in the SEC. Murphy. I think Murph fits an Auburn type of culture, a hard-working, work pail type of mentality that seems to fit. Sway, I think, does. I think you keep that guy around for 2 or 3 years and develop him, he's got a chance to be. Jovic, I think he's got a chance. I think there are pieces here. But also I think you're mixing in your 2 best pieces for whatever reason seem to have a demeanor that doesn't fit exactly right with Stephen Pearl. And that's Tahad and Keyshawn Hall.
When I watch this team play, it looks like 5 guys out there playing. it doesn't look like a team.
No, it doesn't have a flow to
And
it.
for whatever reason, they have not been able to meld together.
Well, I think one of the biggest problems with that is when you don't have a true point guard.
Yeah.
And I mean a distributing point guard. And it's not fair to compare to Braden Smith. He's not normal. But someone with that mentality at point guard with Tejada too, because Tejada go on a heater and he can score and he's twitchy and he's a great scorer, and just because his size doesn't scream a two guard, his play does.
Yeah.
So Andy, it's hard to get a good feel offensively and get good flow offensively if that guy with the ball in his hand's not getting us into the action that we want. And when I watch, I'm with you. It doesn't feel like we're in any kind of clean flow.
No, it does not. Stephen Pearl said, I want to apologize to our fans for that poor performance last night. We were entitled tonight. We were selfish tonight on the defensive end. We had no urgency, and that's unacceptable. Seems like he's apologized, or these press conferences are more negative than positive. And yeah, that's what happens when you play like that. All right, we got to take our first break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Big things are happening at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Chevy Silverado and Traverse are ready for your driveway. Drive home today a full-size powerhouse Chevy Silverado with up to $13,000 off. Or get a loaded Traverse, the roomy Chevy SUV with third-row seating, and enjoy up to $6,500 off.
Buy today and you won't pay till May.
Smart people from all over the USA buy from Glenn Smith Chevrolet.
Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Randy here with you. Just getting started on today's show. About 45 more minutes left. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. What do you think of this basketball program? Where are we at? Where are we going? Do we have a chance still to make the NCAA tournament? Do you think that's how reasonable do you think that is? You think beating Ole Miss and LSU, no matter what happens in Tuscaloosa, Auburn is going to sneak in?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I do. I wouldn't have said that at the start of the season. If you would have said we go 8-10 in conference, do we make it? I would have said, oh, no, you got to go 500. But Auburn won some games that when you look at it now, including Florida on the road, Arkansas, St. John's, I can keep going down the list that are very impressive at this point in time in the year. So I think when you look at the record, what would that leave Auburn, 17-14 with the SEC tournament to play? Is that right?
That's right.
I mean, would it secure it 100% if Auburn goes into the SEC tournament and wins one game? Yeah. I think that would secure it. But thank the Lord we've got the two teams that we've got coming to Auburn Arena. I'll put it this way, if we lose either of those two games, I don't want anybody crying if Auburn doesn't make the tournament. We deserve not to make it.
That's true. Ed says, Jay Billis said, if Auburn doesn't give SP, Stephen Pearl, the resources to compete, their basketball program will end up like the football program. Stephen Pearl is not Bruce Pearl and cannot take mid-major players and win. Two and a half or 2 5-stars on a team that just went to the Final Four is sad. Give Stephen Pearl what it takes.
Oh, I think he's right. And for those of you that don't think he's right, who are you going to replace him with? Who are you going to replace him with if you aren't willing to shell out the money that other programs that are after a coach is willing to shell out? You're not. So I am not somewhat coming on here saying anything negative about Stephen Pearl and this staff. They didn't forget how to coach basketball. Is there a learning curve to be the head coach? Sure. But when a mic's in front of Stephen Pearl, I don't mind what he's saying. I think he's direct. I think he's working hard. I don't think he's saying things that I go, oh, my gosh, don't say that. He's not.
What do you think about his body language?
I think he's pained.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel for coaches because you're a little bit more controlled. I'm a very emotional person, a highly emotional person. And so when I watch someone that's that emotional dealing with the stress that's building up, like Mark Pope, watching that poor guy coach Kentucky basketball make you have a heart attack right there with him.
Yeah.
I feel for these people, and They make a lot of money, but money set aside, they still are competitive people that want to have success, and they're probably working as hard as they possibly can work. And I think the Auburn faithful needs to just kind of tap the brakes a bit. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can go to the administration. The thing that I like what Ed's saying there is you've got to go to the administration and say, we can't miss Yoxel this year. Y'all want to miss him over at UAB? Fine. You want to let Michigan pay him $2.5 million and we only offer him $1 million? Fine. But how do you expect me to put a quality product out there if we're not willing to compete with those type of programs for people that can make the biggest impact? I like Andy's motive. I love what you're saying. Try to develop within as well. And we have shown that we can do that in the past. But I don't think there's about 3 or 4 pieces on this squad that I'd like to retain. KO's done, isn't he?
I think he's a junior, isn't he?
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Murph's done.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some of these young guys. I don't know if Simon Walker can play at this level or not. We ain't seen it.
No.
If he can't, you got to go. Let him go somewhere else if you don't have any confidence that he can. But, that's the sad part.
You can't play 7 guy. I mean, no. You can't continue to do that.
The sad part of this day and age is there is no sit over there for 2 or 3 years and not be productive. You're going to end up getting run out of town. And it used to be that you weren't expected to produce immediately, but now if it's not immediately, Andy, with the money that's being spent, it's dead money. So you got to produce.
No doubt about that for sure. Just some of these comments, on the game, like you talked about on Oklahoma, the defensive perimeter, like what we talked about in the pregame, we had to get off to a good start. First play of the game, Todd just falls on the floor. Pack makes a 3. And it was basically like that. I mean, it was always from there on, that's how teams get confidence. We have to stop not being able to execute simple parts of the scouting report if we want to win games. I'll sit here and be as accountable as I possibly can be and do the things I've got to do to help these guys get better. But we can't keep having low basketball IQ mistakes that leads to wide open shots. I mean, you talk about blunt, that's it.
Well, as a coach and an Auburn fan for your entire life, what do you want a coach to say?
Absolutely.
Exactly what you just said is that's not what we drew up. What do you want me to do? I mean, he's a tremendous athlete that falls and we get open shots and you get that mental part of the game that you talked about. And once they start falling, they all start. You on a heater. I told my son last night, you on a heater. If I'm on a heater, I'm putting everything, every time the ball, and Andy will confess, every time my ball touches my hand, it's going up.
Absolutely.
And, the first possession for that to happen, you get a wide open look and you knock it down, it can transition into a huge game for them. We've proven that we can take a game plan like we did at Florida defensively and take it into a game and work it masterfully. But the effort's just not there right now. That's the thing that concerns me, Andy.
It's a problem. All right, we got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe. Call Sensagreen.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top-quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
Join the 43rd Alabama State Games, June 12th through 14th, 2026. Compete in Olympic-style events and support Alabama youth sports. Discover the power of sports. Registration opens March 1st at alagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, brought to you by J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. No job is too big, no job is too small. Residential or commercial. Give them a call today for all your needs, 334-531-0199, and Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. For air that's cool and clean or air that's warm and clean. Call on them today, the carrier dealer in this area, 334-487-3555. We appreciate so much each and every day their support. We could not do this show without them. J.A. Smith Construction and Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. John says, how do we rank in the SEC on resources for basketball, and how do we rank in football? We think probably toward the upper echelon in football. And that's the thing. This is all, speculation.
Yes.
And we all, I mean, that's the problem. We all hear these things, and somebody says, well, Auburn's spending this, or somebody says somebody else is spending this. And we all say, well, okay, who knows? I mean, we think Auburn is spending about $30 million for a football roster, and that would put us in the, I would say, upper end of top, at least the top half of the SEC, if not the upper top half of the SEC. Basketball, middle of the pack at best, maybe. Bruce Pearl he never got really specific about it, but every time we heard him talk, it was basically saying, we're middle of the pack at best. So you get what you pay for, I guess.
I think you do. And, Jay Billis, as you mentioned, is dead on. With the long tenure, the winning tenures that Bruce Pearl brings, and the ability for a player to make a decision based on, I want to play for that guy, he's gone now. That personality, that spunk, that marketing expertise that he brings, that brings vision and eyes to that kid that they can see in the future to go, okay, maybe I'm not getting quite as much here, but he's producing me to a level that I'm going to develop and be something moving forward. When you don't have that salesman there, it makes it really difficult. And so we don't. And our kids aren't all exactly like us. I told this to Brett a couple of nights ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago on the podcast. His son and my son aren't me and Brett. His son and my son are a lot alike, actually. They really are. They're not A personalities. They're not big talkers. They're not. If you put mine in front of a mic, he ain't really wanting to do that. I can already tell, and he's only 12, but I can tell that that's how he is. And Stephen, I think he does a tremendous job in one-on-one interviews. Like what you're reading here, I'm like, man, come on. It sounds great. Like, this guy's a competitor, and he's willing to give you the goods when you ask him a question. But Bruce Pearl's special. That guy's out of this world special from a marketing standpoint. So I'm with Billis. In order for Auburn to keep doing what we did under Bruce Pearl, we can't be middle of the pack and ask him to do something special. So are we willing to ante up the money that it's going to take to get Auburn back up there? We'll see. I think this year is going to make the administration go, we didn't spend enough this year.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would hope.
I do too. Because I think basketball is one that we've embraced, that at least we got that.
In it? No.
Because we ain't got football.
No.
We may get football back, but boys and girls, we ain't got football right now.
No.
And it could be this year. I'm thrilled with the coaching staff. Don't take that in a negative way. I'm just saying right now, if you were to poll the Auburn faithful on what they're most proud of over the last decade, 90% of them are going to say basketball.
Sure. It occurs to me it's more difficult now to look at a coaching staff and say, is it the money or is it the coach? Are we looking at? Are we going to be patient enough to look at Stephen Pearl and say, are we giving him the resources that he needs to succeed? Is he the kind of? Or did we miss? Or is he just not the guy? Is he in over his head?
I'm 1,000% unwilling to say that.
How patient can you be in this day and age? And we got, like you said, I think we got to take a step back. Is everybody willing to do that? Probably not. But are the sane people willing to take a step back and say, look, it's year one. This is not the team that he inherited from his father, but nonetheless, He has the number one toughest schedule in the country. Can we give him a minute? Can we just step back and just say, look, we need to look at the roster with a magnifying glass here and say, okay, this is not working. We need to we got to add a little bit to this and maybe rethink our strategy here a little bit.
Here's the problem. The roster was put together with the expectation that Bruce is going to coach it. Now, on the back end, Cohen and staff may have known that he was going, but none of us did. Yeah. And I can't imagine that if none of us did, that the players that decided that they were willing to be a part of this team knew it. I can't believe that. And so I'm going to say this till I'm blue in the face. I've never known a coach to leave his best squad. Yeah. A coach leaves following directly after his best squad is gone, knowing that it's a rebuilding project. So Bruce didn't leave last year's squad to Stephen to have a nice run with. You can't convince me that Stephen wouldn't have won 25 to 28 games with last year's squad the same as Bruce got him to 30 plus.
G says Stephen doesn't have control of his players. Pettiford is a turnover machine. He isn't that for sure.
Well, last night, Pettiford only had 2 turnovers, but Hall, who put the ball in the bucket last night, had 6 turnovers himself.
Yeah. We got to take another break. We'll be back with more right after this.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We are located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Uh-oh, a home emergency is looming. But wait, your favorite hero is here to save the day again. The Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air Home Heroes are here with up to 24 months no-interest financing. Need a bigger fix? Pow! You'll find heroic savings on tankless water heaters, whole home water filtration, HVAC replacements, generators, garage door replacements, and more. When your home needs saving, call Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open, located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. We are brought to you each and every day by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine.
Yeah, it is Pepper Tree segment right here, Andy. You getting you got to be getting hungry by now.
I'm about there. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, great place to get some great food in the Montgomery or Auburn area. Go and check them out one day. This week, they got daily lunch specials. You can go to their website and check them out. That's steaksnwine.com. Just the letter N, steaksnwine.com. Tremendous food and great people. You'll be glad that you did. Go and check them out. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Ed says we have 2 5-stars on the team, and on a team that has 5 SEC championships, 2 Final Fours, and Jay Billis says is what he said is right. For one of the best programs on campus, 2 5-stars is unacceptable. If Stephen Pearl had Yaxel and one more big, and with this record, the fan base would be right, but we don't have those.
Perfectly said. Yeah. Perfectly said. I've said it all year. You spend $5 more million on 2 more players, and we not perform, man, we can all look and say, dude, we're not getting as much as we need out of this roster. But I can make a massive argument that we're getting way more out of 2 of our transfers than we expected, which only thing that I can say is that's development.
Yeah.
I think KO offensively is way better than advertised, and who could ask more from Keyshawn Murphy? He had a down night last night, but my gosh, the last month of this season, he's been one of the best big men in the league.
He's the only reason we beat Kentucky.
And his athleticism, his explosiveness, he's shooting the ball from perimeter, all of the above, his leadership qualities. Man, I've been watching Keyshawn Murphy since he was a 9th grader in high school at Ramsey High School over in Birmingham. He's been a guy that can move around on the perimeter with his size and has always been somebody that I thought was a versatile player, but I never really thought that he was a bull on the inside, like the kid that's at Tennessee right now, that Bennett Hoover, that's such a big, I always thought from a physicality standpoint, he's only 6'9", but I knew he was going to go into the SEC and he's just tough enough to be able to play in the post. Never thought that about Murphy. I thought he was more of a perimeter style player that had NBA potential because of his shooting ability from the outside. But man, he's been better than advertised. So we did go get 2 transfers that are developing for Auburn. And Keyshawn Hall, Lord knows, take him off of this roster. We're in deep, deep doo-doo. It's pitiful. But that's not enough. When you lost 10 last year and you get 3, you probably needed at least 5. And you got to know going in that you may have to spend a lot more money this year getting players. And then in the follow-up years, you may have to spend money to retain those players that you got. We didn't do it. So tap the brakes. I mean, Stephen Pearl, Bruce Pearl, who's still involved, got to have the ability to go to this administration and say that we got to open up. It doesn't mean you win, but it doesn't give us Auburn fans the capability of going, the reason we're not winning is because we don't have the Bows and Joes to compete consistently.
Yeah. Can we talk about something that's positive? Baseball program goes 6-1. Takes care of Kansas State, Florida State, and Louisville on this trip to Arlington, Texas. They got Nebraska coming up. Nebraska was in that tournament, I think. They actually got beat by Kansas State and Louisville, the teams that Auburn beat. But they beat Florida State as well, so they're not a pushover. But you look at this, the early results of this team, pitching staff and the pitching depth looks really, really good.
Well, and I think the ceiling on all of these pitchers is exceptionally good. It's young.
Sophomores, 3 sophomores.
It's young, but some of them got thrown to the fire last year, and I think that will prove to be good for Auburn this year. But strength of arm talent is really, really good. Velocity is great on this squad. We've gone out and kind of shored up the perimeter of the state of Alabama, and we've got 2 or 3 of the best high school pitchers from our state to stay at home, and they're all performing at Auburn right now. And I was going to go to that. All of our starting pitchers gave us solid performances to begin with, and what had to when Auburn gives up 1, 5, and 6 to those teams. Starting pitchers here, though. Marciano goes 6 innings, only gives up 2 hits, no earned run. I mean, perfect outing.
I think he's ERA is 0.36.
8 strikeouts in that performance, too. You got Jack Sanders, 5 innings pitched. Did give up 5 hits, but only 3 earned runs, 9 strikeouts.
Here's the good thing about that performance. 4 of them were in the first inning. And Butch was patient and said, we're going to give him settle down, and went 5 innings after that.
I'm getting somewhere one last. Petrovic, 5 innings pitched. He gave up 3 earned runs, had 5 strikeouts. Here's the totals, though, strikeouts to walks. Those 3 starting pitchers, that's the most important stat that you can look at. Are you getting consistent balls over the plate? Now, if they hit you, they hit you. But if I'm going to, you remember 6 or 8 years ago, Auburn just couldn't throw the ball over the plate. And we had a down year. Out of those 3 pitchers, Auburn struck out 22 batters and only walked 1. 22-1. You get that from your starting pitching, you're going to win a lot of baseball games.
I would agree 100%. All right, we go ahead and take our last break. We'll be back with one final segment on this Wednesday afternoon right after this.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer availability. Eligibility may vary.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensagreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Central Alabama. This is our home. It's where we work, where we play, where we raise our families and grow old. And in the unfortunate event we become sick with cancer, thanks to UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center, this is where we heal also. We have invested in new technologies and expertise so that now we're able to treat all sorts of cancers, and you never have to leave Tallapoosa County. UAB Medicine Russell Medical Cancer Center. Compassionate, convenient, collaborative cancer care right here at home.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
Buying a home or property can be the biggest investment of your life. The Wisdom Firm is licensed to close any property purchase in the entire state of Alabama. The offices on both Bent Creek Drive in Auburn and Highway 49 South at beautiful Lake Martin. The Wisdom Firm has you covered. Give Travis and his team a call at 334-826-0722 or check them out at www.auburnlegal.com for all your real estate closing needs. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than the quality of legal services made by other attorneys.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. We could go but
you don't want to go down that direction. No. I've already made poor Brett hear me out on that one, but it will make you pull what little hair you and I've got left on our head out there. But Andy, just to close out real quick on my final thought as I'm reading through some of these comments on basketball, I'm not giving Stephen Pearl and the coaching staff a pass on what seems to be lackluster performances and effort.
Effort's a problem.
That's a problem. So I don't want you to hear that. I'm just not willing as an Auburn fan and one that is so proud of what we've built at this basketball program to go after 1 year where I knew the product going into the season was not going to be as strong as it has been. When we've got a chance to win 2 basketball games at home against winnable teams or beatable teams that gets us into the NCAA tournament, to get all bent out of shape and upset on the direction. I really think that Pearl and this entire staff that was retained from Bruce's staff, let's give them time to get it right, and I think they will.
They will. The problem this year is closing games. They had a lead in the Georgia game in that overtime, let it slip away. Had a 16-point lead against Texas A&M, let it slip away. They for whatever reason, and you could say that's coaching, and maybe that is, and that's part of it, but you can only do so much at times, especially in basketball, because things move so fast.
Yeah.
The players have got to take a lot of the majority of the responsibility there. They got to close out that game. So we'll see. And maybe the job is too big for Stephen Pearl, but we don't know that right now.
Agree.
We don't know that because of what's happening right now. Let's see when he gets his players in, which will probably be next year.
Yeah.
Then we'll be able to make a little bit more of a fair judgment. So we'll see what happens. It is the 25th of February. On this day, 1964, Muhammad Ali won his first heavyweight boxing title. Sonny Liston did not answer the bell.
Just totally outmatched.
Yeah.
Going back and watch that fight. And
you know, the iconic photo of him standing over, that's actually the second fight. It was a rematch. That was not the first fight. The first fight, Sonny Liston said no mas, basically, and didn't answer the seventh bell. On this day, 1977, Pete Maravich set the NBA record for a guard, 68 points. Just another day.
Just another day.
Here's
I think Coach Brown went back and I think he recharted all of Pistol Pete's scoring at LSU. Have you seen this?
I didn't.
And
but
he took into account that he didn't have the three-point line.
Right.
And I think he determined that he would have averaged over 60 points per game in college if the three-point line would have been in play. And that's without knowing that line's there. And, now we got step backs and we've got whatever you do, don't step one step in front of that line and take a shot. The percentages, make sure that you take it a step behind the line rather than one in front. Doesn't make any sense to take that. And, he would have thought that exact same way. So that's the wild stat. Go back and look at that one, Andy. I'd love for you to pull that up.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, what Coach Brown charted and how many points he would have scored in only 3 years. Because remember, back in that time, he couldn't play as a freshman.
Obviously they worked him the ball and he took most of the shots, but still.
You have to get shots, though. There's one thing to say that you take shots. I used to defend somebody I played with, and I said, don't talk bad about him. When all hell broke loose, he could go get a shot. I couldn't. My buddy over here, he couldn't go get a shot when all hell broke loose. But he was a good enough athlete. When none of the rest of us could get one, he could go figure out how to get one. So it's easier said than done to get up that many shots, Andy.
That's true. That's true. Happy birthday today, the late Bobby Riggs. The tennis match with I'm losing that.
Well, if you wouldn't have said it, I can see her. Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King. Thank you very much. Made a movie about it. Ralph Stanley. Oh, Death.
Oh, I know Ralph.
That's your.
Yes. This is one that I do know.
That may be your call sign today, or your theme song. Fair and Young.
Of course.
Hello, Waltz. Billy Packer.
Thought he was one of the best.
He did. He really did a great job.
Just personality. I've told you this over and over again. Yeah. From a color standpoint, I'd much rather have personality like Dickie V than somebody to just really Jesse Palmer break things down. Don't give me that. Give me the personality.
Okay. Ron Santo, Hall of Fame third baseman with the Cubs. George Harrison. One of the Beatles, of course. Ric Flair.
58 years old.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Ric Flair, James Brown, the commentator, longtime coach of the Titans, Jeff Fisher, Kurt Rambis, Davey Allison, Paul O'Neill, and Sean Astor.
I actually knew most of them, Andy.
How about that? All born on this day, February the 25th. He's Randy. I'm Andy. We'll talk again soon.